Alexa, open Hansel and Gretel.
Sonnar Interactive. Twisted Tales. Hansel and Gretel.
Welcome to our interactive story that lets you, the listener, play the part of Hansel and Gretel or the evil witch. Create your own version of the story and explore many alternative endings. Choose one of the following: play as the evil witch, or unlock Hansel and Gretel for 99 cents.
What can I buy?
You can unlock Hansel and Gretel and discover 7 different endings for only 99 cents. Choose one of the following: play as the evil witch, or unlock Hansel and Gretel for 99 cents.
Unlock Hansel and Gretel.
Unlock Hansel and Gretel and explore 9 different endings. Prime members save 19 cents. Without Prime, your price is 99 cents plus tax. Would you like to buy it?
Yes.
Sure. I'm asking a grown-up for permission to buy Hansel and Gretel. Welcome back. Which character would you like to play? Hansel and Gretel, or the evil witch?
Hansel and Gretel.
Once upon a time, there were 2 children, and their names were Hansel and Gretel. They lived in a cottage on the edge of the woods with their mother and father. The father's name was Rolf, and he was a woodcutter. The mother's name was Margaret, and she was a cook and homemaker. Even though they were poor, they had enough to eat, and they were always cheerful. Hansel was strong, and Gretel was...
Bored!
Who said that?
Me, Gretel. Can't you get on with it? You've been rabbiting on for ages and nothing's happened.
Yeah, get to the action.
But your characters. You only get to talk when I let you.
Not in this story. We'll talk when we feel like it. What's more, the reader is going to decide what happens.
What? The reader makes decisions? They can do that?
You bet they can. So get on with it and give them something to decide.
Oh, all right. Hansel and Gretel were looking for blackberries. They had picked all the ones near their house, so they had to go farther out. But their parents had warned them not to go too deep into the woods because there were dangerous creatures in there. They were farther from home than they'd ever been before. It was getting gloomy, but they had an hour before full dark. They were nervous, but they really wanted to find some berries to take home. They thought they could see some bushes a little farther down the trail, but it got dark as the trees grew thicker, and they couldn't be sure what was in there. What do you think they should do?
What should she do?
Return home. Go on into the woods.
Go on into the woods.
The trail led into the woods. The bush they saw had lots of thorns, but no fruit. They thought they could see another bush, so they kept walking. They came to a fork in the path, and there was a signpost at it. One sign said, "To a house made of the most delicious gingerbread you have ever tasted." And the other said, "To the house of the incredibly big, ugly, evil ogre who eats children." I don't remember that in this story. Well, I don't suppose it's going to take long for you to make this decision.
What would you do?
Gingerbread house. Ogre's house.
Ogre's house.
The ogre's house? Really? Are you sure?
What would you do?
Yes, continue ogre. No, go to gingerbread house.
Yes, continue ogre.
Hansel and Gretel walked down the path to a pretty little cottage covered with lovely pink roses. They knocked politely on the door, and a huge ogre politely let them in, politely cooked them, and politely ate them. He might have been an incredibly big, ugly, evil ogre who eats children, but his table manners were perfect.
What? No last minute rescue?
No,
No magic spell to get us out?
no,
So how do we get out?
you don't. The end. I did try to warn them.
You've completed one of the paths. What would you like to do next? Play again, or go back to main menu.
Stop.
Goodbye.